What's up, boys? Today we're going to be checking out Hordes of Fate, a Hand of Fate adventure demo. It's a bullet heaven with some deck building and Dungeons and Dragons themes in it. So this is the final boss we'll face at the very end of the run, the Goblin King. This is the difficulty of the adventure. I guess we'll try out the hardest one currently. And then this is the character class. There's only one in the demo currently, but this will give us big crit damage and a bit of speeds. Those are not available in the demo, I think. And then this is the starting selection stuff here. We have a magic missile attack, and then a shielding thing that we can manually activate during the game. And we've got projectile, magical, and spell tags on that, so we'll probably want to look for some weapons that have synergy with that. This is an event we'll find during the run here. I'll probably go with an enchantment. Those are like overclock sort of for your spells. And let's probably turn down the sound a little bit here. Oh yeah, there is some voice acting for some of the events in the run. That's kind of cool. There's a small chance every time you open a chest that you gain a horde card for the rest of the run, which will give like persistent ambushes throughout the run. Let's go with damage for the spellbook here.
Excellent. A wise decision.
So I think it might actually be a downside to opening as many chests as you can. It might actually make the run harder overall, but we're gonna do it anyways, cause why not?
Every tool a mage can create may be
So
used
this is
against
probably a cooldown reduction bonus, so we'll put that on the spellbook, I think. Uncommon cooldown upgrade, okay, not bad. And the gloves of shielding, I'll show those off in a second. Let's just do the spellbook damage here, I think.
Interesting choice.
So you press space and then you gain a temporary buff. I think if something hits you, it absorbs one hit and then knocks them back a bit. That's a healing chest, we don't really care about those right now. I think you get the opportunity to get a magnet off of the Wisdom's Call, so I guess that probably doesn't even help me that much right now. Attempt to free the horn, sure, why not? So the interesting thing here is if you watch which card goes onto the top of the pile, like if it's one of these two, you can follow that and it's a guaranteed success. If you see one of these go into the top, you can ignore that and then we'll have basically a 2 and 3 to get the success. So the top one is a failure. We want to avoid that, so we'll have a decent chance of getting a success here by going for one of the other ones. Spellbook crit damage or magical. That could apply to some other weapons later on if we get anything with the same tag. So that might end up being decent.
Again, the surprise.
So here we go, we got unlucky and we got
Lords
more
must wear
hordes
thin
added
on
throughout the rest of the
subsequent
run.
travels.
So it'll be even harder now. So Mage's Workshop will give us the enchantment for something. We can finish off this event. There's exploder skeletons that
Here
will
is a
also
man
damage
with
nearby
a particular
enemies.
set of powers turned to mere trade.
I don't know if
He ought
asking
to
about
be
the
bending the
enchantments actually
powers of the
does
universe
anything.
to
I think
his
you can just
will,
go for
and
the
instead
equipment thing there.
He serves
So the two
you.
right ones are decent, spellbook will be much better, and the two left ones are bad. Let's see what goes onto the top here. So I think that was a bad one, so let's just go for one of the others. We got the gloves of shielding. Let's see what we can add to that. Knockback, that's pretty junk. We don't have enough to reroll, so rip. So I think projectile goes with that. Do we have anything else that would be cool? Not really. I think these aren't the greatest weapons.
Very
Oh well.
nice indeed.
But maybe we can do some projectile synergies with those two. Try and line up the blades and
Wishes
them
were
as they're
truly
coming
granted,
in.
we would not be here. You
Let's
and
try
I.
throwing some coins into it, I guess. 10 gold. Oh, I guess I should save up 40 and go for the chance for an enchantment. So I guess we'll probably just skip that then. Wait, can I just take some then? We probably won't hit 40 on this run anyways. So 2 bad ones, 2 good ones. Looks like a success was on the top, so get the guaranteed 8 gold there. And these guys are strong on this difficulty. Uncommon spellbook damage, sure. I think this is a max HP boost if we get this event on.
The lion is a symbol of purity.
Okay, uncommon
ability,
max life.
And truth.
Man, there is so much damage on this difficulty, what the heck, man? I think if we don't kill the boss fast enough, they'll start getting stronger and stronger, so we do actually need to get some damage on him. Nice explosion, yeah, enemies grow stronger. My shields didn't block that, looks like it has a pretty long delay actually. Let's go for the spellbook damage here.
A wise decision.
Can't go that way. Try and see if we can get some levels over here. And then we'll go Cardinal Blade damage here. I don't think those ones are particularly strong. The second difficulty might not be playable yet with the stuff in the game currently. My shield didn't block that explosion for some reason. So we'll start again on the first difficulty. Can I even gain anything here? I can get a little bit of defense, but yeah, that doesn't really seem tuned appropriately. We'll have to go onto apprentice then. All of this is the same. And then we'll go enchantment again. Maybe we'll get a better thing there. Getting the enchantment onto the spellbook was pretty bad since that's just not very useful. If we had gotten some good damage onto the spellbook, then it might have actually been doable. You can get like +2 projectiles on it, which would have been like a 66% increase. And then that would have blocked a lot of the damage we took there, and it would have been a lot easier. We also got a pretty early horde card off of those. Let's go crit chance, since
Excellent.
that will apply to all of the weapons
decision.
we get throughout the run. I feel like they should probably speed up the cast animation on the gloves a bit as well. Kind of weird when you use it before an attack hits you, and then the attack just lands before it even goes off and damages you anyways. It just feels nice if you can like react to stuff,
A
I feel
magician
like.
still operating
So
in
we'll
these
go
lands.
to the equipment.
A brave
Spellbook is the
decision,
middle
and
one,
one
so
I hope
hopefully we find
keeps
that
him
on the
in good
top, but
health.
either of the right ones. I think it was that one. Okay, nice, we got the spellbook. Damage to fire, I don't know what that means, probably some sort of burning effects. Epic spell equipment cooldown, that is quite good, nice. We don't really gain much from that, we can try to steal some money from the well.
If wishes were truly granted, we would not be here, you
So
and I.
2 left ones are good. I think that was the top one, success. Gather range by 30%, sure.
Very nice indeed.
Oh yeah, if you get equipment that matches some of the events, I think it like makes it easier or gives you a bonus or something, so we can actually try that with a spellbook bonus there. Yeah, it looks like it added a third success card, so we are very likely to get one of those now. So anything other than the top one.
Excellent. A wise decision.
So we could try out some fire synergy. That actually sounds kind of cool.
Deal with them if you will. I would
Small
rather leave
wooden
them
idol,
be.
the ground before the gathering crowd. What the? I guess we'll spawn gnomes throughout the run or something. So the 3 right ones are good here. Top one was a huge success, so there we go. So we get another enchant. Let's go spellbook again. Spell is explosive for half damage. That sounds pretty interesting. Gather XP dropped from enemies defeated with spellbook. So reducing the count by 1 is going to hurt quite a bit currently, but it's a lot of damage, and we can get enchantments later on that give it +2 projectiles, and then it will just be insane at that point, I think. Knockback by 200%, that is not very good, but I guess so.
A wise decision. The lion is a symbol of purity, nobility, and truth.
Oh, we can get the double objective there.
Every tool a mage can create may be used
So this is
against
probably a
them.
cooldown reduction. We'll go to spellbook.
Every game must include
Hordes
an
added, of
element
course.
surprise, when you say. Sometimes it is the human on the other side of the table. Sometimes the draw of a card or the roll of a dice. Without it, the game is nothing but a computing machine. We were not going to reach this point without creating some powerful enemies. It seems they have become aware of your
Epic
presence.
equipment damage, that's pretty good. Spell for just those 2 now. I guess you could stack spell cooldown reduction and get a lot of hit absorptions with the gloves. But the cast animation on those is just so slow, it feels kinda bad to be honest.
Step through.
And then we can actually stay here for a little
you
bit and
dare.
grind some extra XP. Rare shielding duration, that's not very good, but it's a lot higher, I guess I'll take it. Epic interact speeds. Area for just the dragon armor looks like. Honestly, I think I like that for the spellbook and the gloves. Interact speed is kind of a weaker stat, I feel like. Spell cooldown is really good.
Step through. If you dare.
2 shards. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. We don't have that much for the shop. We have decent gold, but none of the supplies, and you kind of use both of those for buying stuff in there, so we can just take 2 things here. Let's go luck for higher rarity throughout the run, and then try and find out whatever that is. Oh, that's probably the purple stuff you use in the upgrade shop, I guess. Guess we can go another enchantment here.
So much death here. It leaves behind so much that is tainted and unclean.
So you can actually stand on these and close the bridges so you have more movement paths throughout this stage. then every new stage also has a little mini quest you can do some objectives to complete. I don't think we need the healing spirits yet, so we can try to chase down this loot goblin for now. Goblin Banquet allows you to spend some of the supplies for healing, or if you have a lot of them, I think it gives you a chance at an enchantment as well, but it's something like 50 plus or something for that. So we probably can't reach that here. You can actually cancel it out and then it doesn't use it up, so we can see what it takes.
A moment to rest.
So yeah, 50 for a chance at the
strength.
enchantment, that would be the best one. Don't care about the other stuff really. Epic life, sure.
Excellent. A wise decision. Here is a man with a particular set of powers turned to mere
So we have three
trade.
good ones on the right.
He ought to be bending the powers of the universe to
And
his
that
will.
is the
and
bad one on the
instead,
top. I
he
think this was
serves
spellbook.
you.
Okay, nice. Ooh, 50% area. So I think this objective actually has a cold weapon that makes it easier to pull off or something. Yeah, cold snap. I don't remember what Wanderer is. That might have been a class or something. But that's the only thing we have. Two right ones are good. So not the top one. We got the 1 and 3 loss there. Oh, the dragon armor actually blocks the health loss, huh? Okay, that's not bad then.
You would be better to avoid the Fae.
So we can
It is not my
get an
place to tell
enchant
you
from
what
the
to do,
Fate quest. It
however.
looks like 3 good
The
ones,
game
1
will
bad.
determine that.
So the top one was the huge success. Easy peasy. Let's go spellbook since we have a ton of enchantments for that. 50% cooldown is insane. So this would bring us down to 1 projectile, which would probably feel kind of bad. I think I like this one with no downside here. And then that's some nice cooldown. That works on only 1 currently. I think that's fine at a pretty high rarity. And then I don't think you get anything else from collecting those once the quest is already done, so you can ignore those now. I'm gonna grab all that XP before we go on. Those were some big explosions. Dragon armor potency. Rare luck, yep.
Very nice indeed.
I don't think you can see what that translates to, but hopefully it's good since that's multiple rares. I haven't seen this one before. It does have some armor-based stuff. That actually could be interesting. So I think that had like explosive now, right? Or area maybe. Let's try the armor thing, see what happens.
There's nothing possible without healing. You and I
Oh
must
man,
heal
45
more
healing,
than
sick.
ourselves. We must heal this world. You should have taken
Another
more
horde
care.
card added. Yeah, I'm not even close to getting 50 supplies for the banquets. So I guess Dragon Armor potency here. 15 seems kind of expensive when you can get
wise
permanent
decision.
upgrades from that in the shop and various events and stuff. dragon armor damage. Beam equipment. That doesn't seem great. So we can get some fire stuff at least for the highest level weapons.
Do with that? A tear between worlds. A thing that cannot
Ooh, 40
be,
foods. So we
yet
can take
is.
that and then actually check out the shop this time. Spellbook damage, that's pretty good. Sure. Not sure the other ones are super helpful. I don't mind a bit of movement speed. And then I think we hold a bunch so that we can try out some of the events that like cost some of those resources and see what we can get off of some of those. So, enchantment again. Enchantment?
The stench of death
Enchantment!
is upon everything here. We understand that, you and I.
If you have a weapon that it lets you attack with, I think this actually gives you an enchantment on that. So I guess we can try with the armor thing then. Oh, an epic defense upgrade for that. What does that even do for that? I guess it must have been either cooldown or damage for it, since we can't see the specific stuff, but those are the ones that were improved there. I feel like if there's a skeleton ambush, then the explodey guys should probably spawn a bit further away from you. Having them spawn right on top of you is a little bit cheesy.
If you fall in a trap,
Oh god, I got hordes
you
from a
blame
healing
error.
chest. Okay, that was
Fall in the
definitely
same
not worth
trap
it.
Again, smacks of foolishness.
Enchantment, an additional attack, and duration. That's pretty good. Yeah, don't mind that
Excellent.
for an enchantment
A
on
wise
it.
decision.
So we get a free enchant. We'll go Spellbook again since that has so many 3 good successes. So that was a regular success, I'm fine with that.
That should help.
Spellbook area or damage but reduce counts. I'll do area. So I think the enchantments actually seem to be based on the element of the attack as well. Gloves of Frost. I don't know what that does since they don't deal damage by default, but I guess we'll see. So the first time I played, the spellbook stayed on magical damage the entire time, and I kept getting +2 projectiles as an enchantment, and I was able to get a crazy number of projectiles for that, like 7 or 9 or something, but I haven't seen that a single time with the fire enchantment, so yeah, it seems to be based
A
on the
magician
element
still
you have it
operating
as.
in these lands. A brave decision.
So we
and
have
one I
4
hope
good ones
keeps
here.
him in
I would
good
prefer
health.
Spellbook, of course, but, well, I guess it doesn't matter. We can just try and keep our eye on that one. I don't know if I can really follow one that's on the backside. Yeah, we missed that. Got the worst one. That is kind of helpful, actually. You can activate that before an interaction and it will be super fast. I guess that's not terrible. Let's go crit damage
Very
on our
nice
second weapon
indeed.
there. So I actually want to avoid the health chest since that might actually give us another horde card. Epic crit damage, yup. Actually, the boss is almost out. What if we save that for a little bit and then get Mega Magnet value? Those are the quest things we've already done. Alright, I guess we'll just grab it and then explore the bottom left, maybe. Let's see what the dragon armor does here. So 3 successes. Top one was 1, so
let's
easy
see what
win
you do
there.
with that, given your position. We were not going to reach this point without creating some
Let's
powerful
go
enemies.
area?
It seems
No, that
they've
only works
become
on the
aware
dragon
of
armor,
your
it looks like.
presence.
Wasn't that supposed to be area? Shrug. We'll just take that then. Oh, it's explosive, not area, okay. We have a non-area explosion, I guess. I don't remember what Dark Offering is. Lose health for 10 golds. Oh, and if you do 4 of them, I guess you gain an enchantment? That could be pretty nice. Oh, so if you do this 4 times and you get a bad roll every time, that'd be 176 health. But you also gain a bunch of gold. Shield speed 100% or frost on that. Does that match anything? Oh yeah, we got it on the gloves. I don't know if that does anything, but sounds interesting, I guess.
A wise decision.
So there seems to be a bit of a slow on that when the laser hits them. Oh, I guess we could actually go for some of those healing chests now. But they also might just give me some horde cards, which would be bad in the long run as well. We can kind of blast them in. This has explosive in area, and then frost with 2 of our other things. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool.
Step through, if you dare.
Pick life, and then probably check the shop. We have a good amount of resources here. Throne for 1, probably not. XP and all damage is decent. Not in love with those. Let's toss a reroll here. Spellbook area, I guess. Other stuff, not amazing. Maybe grab some potency there for the other fire thing. And then I guess we'll get some extra freezing there. And then hold a bit for any sort of events we can use that on. Ooh, epic enchantments.
So much death here. It leaves behind so much that is tainted and unclean.
Oh, maybe turning the shielding into cold causes it to freeze enemies instead of knocking them back, maybe? Yeah, honestly, the 100% interaction speed with the gloves active actually is kind of nice. Just use that for almost every objective you go to. time for one thing. I guess so.
Excellent. A wise decision.
More hordes added. Wait, Goblin Chieftain, that might be the boss. In which case, opening the chest would actually be a bad thing here. I don't remember. It was Goblin something that's the boss.
Here is a man with a particular set of powers turned to mere trade.
So
He
nothing
ought to be
super
bending the
important,
powers
probably
of the
avoid the
universe to
gloves
his
if I
will,
can.
and instead, he serves you.
Dragon armor, that's pretty good. 100% duration, potency, area. Those all sound pretty cool. Let's try some massive area, I think.
Now the tables have turned and you, the hunter, becomes the prey.
And let's get something for the shield, I guess. Epic defense upgrade. What all does that have going on now? I guess a pretty low cooldown. Legendary gather range. I don't think it does a ton since I think we're close to the end, but nothing amazing there anyways. Ooh, cold snap. So that gives us a huge success, I guess. Two bad ones. That's kind of an awkward setup. It makes it harder to see where the successes are, but those two, so avoid the top one. I think that was the huge success. Nope. Definitely not. Let's go a bit of
Very
defense
nice
here,
indeed.
and then dragon armor potency. Try to squeeze out of there.
You would be better to avoid the Fae. It
So
is not
three
my
good
place to tell you
ones.
what to do, however.
I think that was the
game
huge.
will determine
Yup.
that.
Let's go more spellbook. I guess we'll try it. I think that doesn't do a ton now that we have a legendary for gathering anyways. Giga fireball explosions, I guess. Shield range, sure.
The lion is a symbol of purity, nobility, and truth.
Ooh, a helpful priest. That sounds helpful. I don't know what happens if you do this. Two good ones. Top one.
Victory. You are learning.
Oh, blessings are really good. Okay. So Goblin Thieves, those guys are kind of rare. We have a lot of collection already. 10% for every equipment with an enchantment. That should be pretty good. We have a decent number of those now at this point. Epic speed. I don't think that's super important. We have the 100% on the gloves anyways. Just grab some cold snap area. I'll do spellbook damage. I think the next one is probably the final level in the run now. Throne for the cold snap, I guess so.
Step through, if you dare.
grab some food and check the shop out. Equipment damage is good. Spellbook area is fun. And then let's check a reroll. Spell equipment cooldown is not bad. Area... Oh, that does work. Wait, no. It only works on those two. Nah. We'll take a bit of spellbook crit damage and move on. Legendary gold or resource. I think you actually can get an enchantment off of a high rarity of these. I've never actually seen a legendary event before, so let's see what that's about. So it looks like the luck might actually work on those as well, since those are pretty high rarity there.
If wishes were truly granted, we would not be here.
We don't have any, so I don't think we can really do much with this. So too good on the left. Avoid the top one.
Game, the surprise attack. The novelty must wear thin on subsequent travels. Every game must include an element of surprise.
The voice acting is pretty cool.
Sometimes it is the human on the other side of the table. Sometimes the draw of a card or the roll of a dice. Without it, the game is nothing but a computing machine.
Nah, I'll take a rare crit chance for everything. I think it was 50 for the enchantment off of that, right?
Healing is often the key to slow victory.
Yeah, we'll try and find a little bit more and see if we can pull that off. Oh, there should be the legendary event still. We definitely want to make sure I get that before the boss is out. Lasting for 4 different things, not bad.
Excellent. A wise decision. You might think the world of the cards
legendary
is green,
gives you a blessing,
even
and
in
epic
darkness,
gives you
there
an
is light
enchantment.
to be
Okay.
found.
Healing when you gain gold. Oh, projectile. Okay, that's insane for a spellbook. I don't think it works on anything else, but we have a lot of upgrades for that. Rare area for those two. Let's just take the spellbook and just blast the boss with all the upgrades that thing has.
Help you?
Throne for 1. I have a bit of gold. I guess we could toss some rerolls. Okay, that paid off. Big fire damage and boats, yup.
You You have made bitter enemies.
Okay, Goblin King
and
has
the
got to
best
be
of
the
them
final boss
stop
this
you
time.
now.
Epic crit damage.
One step closer, and you will reach my threshold.
Yeah, one shot was like a fourth of his HP.
It seems the goblins have become organized. Do what you will.
We can toss one more. Big crit damage, sure. Cold Snap splits into 3 smaller bombs. That would have been cool early on. Kind of late for it now, though.
Very nice indeed.
And then I'm pretty sure that's the end of the run, so there's no point in farming here. Yeah. 293,000 fire damage, with pretty much all of that being the spellbook. Got 6 enchants for that, 4 for the gloves of shielding. I don't think I unlocked anything new there, but a little bit of the shards to upgrade some stuff here. But there isn't really that much in the demo currently, missing the other 3 classes. So we need to complete the Black Cauldron and the Heart of the North to get some cool stuff here, it looks like. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.